Hello everyone, welcome to Career Launcher, and today we are going to talk about CLAT 2026 Quantitative Techniques, and today's topic is TSD. I think we haven't done TSD in a long time, so today we are going to talk about TSD. Okay, now as you know that test series is live and this is actually closest to the actual exam, so I would say that go ahead and write few mocks and you will get very good idea. Hello, Advap. How are you? Doing great. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so basically, what does this question says? Okay, Advap, it's good to hear. Now let's say what does it says? It says a table given below shows the speeds in 6 different modes. So basically it says that speed of bus is 50, speed of car is 30, speed of foot if you are traveling on foot, it's 5, cycle 10, train 75, flight 500. Okay. So this random information is given to us. Now what we are going to do with this random information, I don't know. So let's directly move to the questions. Okay. Now the first question. So basically, if you see, every question contains some additional information, and without that, to solve this set, we can't. So it says Mr. Shah travels 375 kilometers by train, 60 kilometers by car, and 15 kilometers on foot. What is his average speed? Okay. So the first of all, we need to understand what is the formula for average speed. So formula for average speed is given by the, so if I'm going to talk about formula for average speed, that's actually going to be, this is average speed and that is given to us as total distance upon total time. So total distance upon total time, and that is the simple formula for average speed, right? Now, what does it say? It says that he traveled 375 kilometers by train, 60 kilometers by car, 15 kilometers on foot. So, what is the total distance he has traveled? So, 375 plus 15 is 390, 390 plus 60 is 450. So, total distance is 450. Now, my job is to figure out what is the total time. Okay. He is traveling 375 kilometers with train. So total distance traveled is 375. Speed of the train is 75. So how many hours we are talking about? 5 hours. Okay. Now 60 kilometers by car. Uh, Speed of car is 30. Total distance traveled is 60. So how many hours in car? 2 hours. So I got 5 hours in train, 2 hours in car, and 15 kilometer on foot. So speed on foot is 5 kilometers. So 15 kilometers means we are talking about 3 hours. Okay. So plus 3. So basically total distance is equal to 450. Total time taken is 10. So basically this comes out to be 45 kilometers per hour. Understood? Yes, no? Okay. Now I'll tell you one more thing. One very interesting thing about it, that the total distance traveled is 450, right? Now my actual answer should be a factor of 450. So I can directly say this can't be the answer, this can't be the answer. So I'm going to get my answer is either 45 or 50. That's it. From there, my I still need to calculate time, so I can't do anything with this. Okay. Now let's move to the next question. What does it say? Sam and Tim are brothers. Sam starts at 7. Okay. Tim is bicycle, and Tim starts at 9:30 by car. Okay. So at what time Tim will overtake Sam? We are talking about cycling car. Okay. So Sam starts at what time? 7 o'clock. Okay. With what speed? He is going by cycle, so he is traveling with 10, with the speed of 10. right? He is traveling till 9:30. So how much distance he is going to cover? So 2.5 hours means 25 kilometers. So if I look at the scenario at 9:30, what I am going to see? At 9:30, I am going to say that Tim is the starting point. He is sitting in a car and he is traveling with a speed of what? 30. Sam is here. He is 25 kilometers away from the starting point and he is going on cycle with a speed of 10. Now I am going to use the concept of relative speed. Okay. Now what is the concept of relative speed? Is at this point of time, what is the distance between both of them? That is 25. Okay. Now Sam is traveling 10 kilometers per hour. Tim is traveling 30 kilometers per hour. So how much gap Tim is going to cover in 1 hour? That is 20 kilometers, right? So in 1 hour, total gap covered is 20. So to cover a gap of 25 kilometers, how much time it is going to take? Total distance is 25, total speed is 20. So it comes out to be 1.25 hours. So I can say that 1 hour, 1/4 hours. Now, how can I convert 1/4 hours into minutes? I am going to multiply 1/4 by 60. So it is going to be 15 minutes. So I am still going to take 1 hour and 15 minutes, 1 hour and 15 minutes. Since when? Since 9:30, because 10 started at 9:30. So 1 hour 15 minutes from 9:30. I'm going to get the time at 10:45, and that's going to be option B. Very nice, very nice. Now let's look at this. Rahul traveled 1200 kilometers to reach a holiday destination. Now, ratio of distances traveled by flight, train, and bus is in the ratio of 20:3:1. Okay. So basically, I am going to write 1200 and he is traveling 20/24 with a flight. 20 plus 3 plus 1. So 20/24. So distance of flight is going to be 20 out of how much? 24 of 1200. So this is going to be what? 50. So he is traveling 1000 kilometers with flight. Okay. Now 1200 into 3/24. That comes out to be what? This is 50. So this comes out to be 150 kilometers. Okay. Now the next distance comes out to be what? 50 kilometers. So basically by flight 1000 kilometers, by train 150 kilometers, and by bus is 50 kilometers. And this is what we got. Okay. Speed of flight is 500. To travel 1000 kilometers, how much time it is going to take? 2 hours. Okay. Now the next one is speed of train is 75. Now to cover 150 kilometers, how much time it is going to take? 2 hours. Okay. And speed of bus is 50 kilometers and he is traveling 50 kilometers by bus. So how much time he is going to take? 1 hour. So answer comes out to be a total of 5 hours. So answer of this question is going to be option C. That is 5 hours. Very nice, Adwa. Now let's look at the next question. What does it says? It says that driver of a train spots a moving bus 750 meters ahead of him. Okay, in the same direction on a road parallel to the railway. If the length of the train is 250, then how much time it will take to completely overtake the bus? Assume that the length of the bus is negligible. Okay. So basically here we are going to use a basic concept of train. Now what is the concept of train? So let me write the distance speeds first. Bus is 50, train is 75. Okay. So I got 50 and 75. Train is 50, train is 75, bus is 50. Okay. Now, what is the concept of train? So, simple and basic concept of a train is a train travels when it crosses a pole or something else that has a length, negligible length. So basically, and when a train crosses a pole, a train crosses a bus, a train crosses a car, so actually it crosses its own length. So whenever we calculate that how much time train is going to take to overtake this or cross a pole, something like this. So in that case, we consider the length of the train. If I say a train crosses a platform, so in that case, the train travels, a train crosses the length of the train as well as length of the platform. When two trains crosses each other, in that case total what is the total distance traveled, that is going to be summation of length of both the trains. Okay, so in this case train is crossing a bus, it means it is crossing its own length. So what is the total distance traveled, that is going to be 250. Okay, now when it says it moving bus at 750-meter ahead. So the train has to cover that gap, that is 750 meters plus its own length. So it means the train has to travel this much. This is what we have. Okay. So this is bus, this is train. A bus is traveling like this, train is traveling like this. Speed and distance between them is what? 750. Bus is traveling with a speed of 50, train is traveling with a speed of 75. So how much gap train is going to cover in 1 hour, or what is the relative speed? That's going to be 25. But this distance is given in meters. This is given in kilometer per hour. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply it by 5 by 80 into the total time taken. So distance is equal to speed into time. That is going to be 1000. 1000 is equal to what? That is equal to 125 by 18 into t, and that gives us 8. So that gives us t is equal to 18 into 8, that is equal to 144 seconds. So answer of this question is going to be option B. So I hope everyone understood. Clear? Yes, no? Okay. Now let's move on to the next set. Are we clear on this? In the previous set? Okay. The table below shows the total distance traveled by 8 persons on a particular day. Okay. Because Adwa, when something crosses something, means try to understand this way, that when bus is moving as well as train is also moving, right? So when both the objects are moving, then I need to figure out that uh, in how much time it is crossing. So basically, I am assuming that this bus is static, it's not moving at all, right? It's bus is static, it's not moving at all, right? So but in reality bus is traveling with a speed of 50. So try to understand this way, bus is traveling with a speed of 50, train is traveling with a speed of 75. So train is covering 25 kilometers in every hour. Yes or no? If there is a gap, the train is covering it with a speed of 25 kilometers per hour. Make sense? Now, that speed, the speed with which two objects are coming closer to each other or getting away from each other, is called as relative speed. So basically, it is traveling, covering with the distance with a speed of effective speed of 25 kilometers per hour. That's the region we are taking relative speed. Make sense? If bus would have been static, then we would have taken 75. If bus is not static, then we have to take relative speed. Now let's come to this. Yes, yes, yes. Although when both the objects are moving, you take relative speed. When one object is static, second object is moving, we take actual speeds. Now, this one, the table shows the total distance traveled by 8 persons on a particular day. Okay. Each person travels partly by car, partly by train. Okay. So basically now there are only two things. One is by car, one is by train. Now, the first one says that person A is covering a total distance of 240 kilometers. He is covering 50% by car. So by car it is 120 kilometers. So remaining 50% means 120 kilometers should be traveled by train. Now time taken by train is given to us as this. Okay. So remember this, I can definitely calculate the speed of the train because time taken is 2 hours, distance traveled is 120. So speed of the train is going to be 60. This is what I can calculate. This is what that is given to us. Now, apart from this, we don't have anything. So let's do the questions. Now, find the speed of a car if the time taken by both modes of transports are equal. Okay. Now, question is talking about F. Okay. F is this guy. Time taken by train is 3. So time taken by car is also 3. Okay. I need to find out the speed of the car. Okay. So what is the distance traveled? That is going to be 55% of 300. So 55% of 300. That is the distance traveled by car. What is the time taken by car? That is 3 hours because it is same as train. So basically it cancels out, 3 cancels out, so answer comes out to be 55. And that's how we get the answer. It's a very, I think, simple one. So answer of this question directly comes out to be option A, that is going to be 55. Now, next one, if speed of car C is 35, what is his average speed for the whole journey? In the previous set, we have already seen that the average speed is given by total distance upon total time. Okay. So I need to calculate for C. Okay. Now, if I look for C, so what is the total distance traveled by C? That is 200, right? Out of 200, how much time, how much distance is traveled by car? That is 35%. So 35% of 200. Okay. And that is the total distance. And what it is giving, and it is saying that speed is 35. Okay. Speed is 35. So what is the total time taken? This cancels out and this becomes 2. Okay. So if he is traveling by car, he is taking 2 hours. If he is traveling by train, he is taking 2.5 hours. Right. So what is the relative speed? That is total distance, that is 200 upon total time, that is 2 plus 2.5, or I would say 4.5. So this is going to be my answer. Right. Now, I can also write it as that is 200 upon 4.5. I can write it at 4.5 as 9 by 2. So it can be said as 400 upon 9, and it is going to be 44.44. We got the answer, and that's going to be option C. So average speed is not the averages of the speeds. Average speed is simply total distance divided by total time. The most generic mistakes that happen in average speed are the ones that where people take averages of the speeds. That's not true. Okay. Now the next one, if H travels by car for half an hour, then what is the ratio of speed of car and train respectively? Okay. Now we are going to talk about H. Now what H is doing? H is traveling 15% of 120. So 15% of 120 by car. Okay. So this is going to be what? This cancels out. 180 by 10, that is going to be 18. He is covering 18 kilometers in half an hour. So what is the speed of car for H? That's going to be 36. Okay. Now remaining 85%. So Remaining 85% means 85% of what? 120, and that is equal to what I can say. That is the total distance traveled by train. Divide by 3. Divide by 3 is going to give us the what? Speed of the train, that is total distance upon time, is going to give us speed. Okay, so now it comes out to be 4. Now 320, 360 by 10. So that comes out to be what? That is going to be 36. So what is the ratio of speed? Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. It's going to be 340. So it is going to be 34. Now, what is the ratio of speed of what? Car to train. That is going to be 36 is to 34 is to 34, and that comes out to be 18 is to 70. So answer of this question is going to be option D. Okay. Very nice, Adwap. Now let's look at this. If A and B starts traveling together by train, same train, and B devoted before A, then what percent of his journey by train did A have the company of B? Okay. Now A was supposed to cover 50% of his journey by car, and remaining 50% means 120 kilometers by train. Now, B was supposed to cover 40% by car, so remaining 60% by train. So 60% comes out to be 108. Okay. Now, A and B started traveling together. So basically, both of them are traveling together and they are going to cover some distance. A needs to cover what? 120. B needs to cover what? 108. So what is the common distance for their journey? That is 108. And that is what percent of A's distance, A's journey by train? That is going to be, so I'm going to do it multiplied by 100. This is going to be 0.9. So it comes out to be 90%, and that's going to be option C. So we are going to get our answer as option C, and that's it. So Adwap, I hope everything is clear. If you have any doubt, you can ask. And with this, we are done. So as you know that on Monday we have legal aptitude, 5:30, Tuesday QD, Thursday English, and Friday logical reasoning. Okay, so this is the regular planner. Apart from additional studies, we do sessions on YouTube so that you have additional material to solve. So please do connect with us. And the CLAT sprint batch is there. You can prepare for CLAT 2026 in just 4 months, and there is also a English batch, and there are a couple of senior faculties, Siddharth Mehta, Manoj, and Priyanka, and that is starting, and that has started from August 8th. So with this, we conclude this session. Thank you.